Hi, my name's Katie, and I'm going to show you Unleashed, one of the most popular software tools in the food and beverage industry. Thousands of businesses, from confectionery makers and food service firms to distillers, brewers, and coffee roasters, use Unleashed to set themselves up for success. Today, I'm going to show you some of the workflows that make it so useful to the industry. We'll look at batch tracking, both for expiry management and product recalls. We'll look at production planning with bills of materials, as well as some industry-leading tools for connecting demand planning with your purchasing plans. But first, let's take a very quick look at the basics of Unleashed so you get a sense of how it works. So here I am in the product record section. I'm just logged in a browser, by the way. It's all cloud-based, so you don't need to install anything to run Unleashed. This means that you can use it from anywhere with an internet connection. And what we're looking at here really is the heart and soul of the software. Each product or ingredient in my business is here, with a live record of every purchase, sale, or assembly made with it, and all automatically updated. But the detail I want to show you here is the average landed cost. Because Unleashed runs all my replenishments, I have a complete record of every purchase I've made of this product and the price I paid, with links to the actual purchase order documents here, which means that this unit over here is a live weighted average landed cost. And because Unleashed also handles all my sales and production, if I sell that product, I can see exactly what my margins are, even as my costs and prices change. Likewise, if I manufacture something using this as an ingredient, Unleashed instantly costs that new product out, because it's tracking all my ingredient costs, my packaging costs, even my labor or third-party fees if I want. This, for example, is a bill of materials for a food product using that ingredient. Here you can see all of the unit costs tallied according to how much of each thing I use, and it's all summed up in my live unit cost for that manufactured item here. By the way, this is a functional document. I can use it to create an assembly job. I just click up here. And when I tell it how many units I want to produce, it shows me what I can make using current stock on hand and what I might need to buy or make more of to reach that number. That's one of the major benefits of the system, really. The huge efficiency and accuracy of having everything connected. It really works nicely whether you're running the entire system yourself or coordinating with a big team across departments. Now, this assembly job is a good place to show you batch tracking. If you're working in the food and beverage industry, you're obviously going to be working with ingredients that go off over time, which is the cost we want to avoid. And you also need to be able to recall products quickly if something goes wrong. That's all done with batch tracking in Unleashed, which you might also call lot tracking. If I go back into the product record here, you can see this is set to batch tracked. And when that's selected, the system will make me assign a batch number and an expiry date whenever I bring some more of that product into the business or make some. Now, if I make a new product, like so, and some of the ingredients are batch tracked, I have to select exactly which batches must be used in it. And a really simple and effective thing to do is to click Assign Oldest First. And that, right away, is going to ensure that I'm avoiding any accidental wastage. Now, I can also keep tabs on any soon-to-expire stock over here on my dashboard, with this high-level view of any batches of product that I need to take action on. This is also where I can use batch numbers for product recalls. If, for example, I was told that a batch of ingredients supplied to me had been contaminated, I can simply search for it by batch number here and export a list of every product it was used in or customer it was sold to. That makes it really easy for me to fulfill my obligations around promptly contacting customers. And it also makes it far less financially impactful if something happens. I don't need to panic and recall a whole day's production. I can see exactly what has been affected, but also be confident in what hasn't. Now, before I show you the fantastic demand forecasting module that I promised, let's take a very quick look at the sales order management side of Unleashed. If you take a look here, you can see it's a complete order management system for all my sales channels. It lets me fulfill all my sales against a single accurate record of what stock I have and where. You can see I have e-commerce sales feeding in from the direct-to-consumer websites that I've integrated. I have a point of sale integrations collecting my brick and mortar transactions, and I have these handy B2B e-commerce pages built into Unleashed. I'll show you an example here. And these are a great way to give my on-account customers an efficient way of placing orders. There are loads of clever features there, which you should check out in some of our other videos. So as you can see, there's a lot of detail there, which I've really skimmed over. But if you have any questions, do please get in touch or request to book a one-on-one demo. For now though, let's move on to that demand forecasting section that I mentioned earlier. This is a very popular part of Unleashed that lets you handle some of the real complexities that come with running a food and beverage business. One of the big ones, obviously, is seasonal changes in demand. If you're making ice creams or cold drinks, chances are different times of the year come with completely different levels of sale. And that becomes really tricky for your operations people who need to plan production runs and place orders at the right times for the right quantities. And it's where good software is a huge help. What I'm looking at here is a demand forecast for a product I make and sell. And you can see how easy it is for me to forecast a predicted sales pattern based on past seasonal sales data and adjust it manually, maybe according to a sales and marketing campaign I have coming up. From there, I can check how my supply levels are affected by those different rates of demand and adjust my replenishment strategy if need be. But the really clever part is that it will also create a production plan for me that matches up what I need to buy or make and when, in order to match that forecast you just saw me set. It's really quite clever. It's going to take into account things like the lead times from my suppliers, so ingredients arrive in time. It's going to look inside my bills of materials, so I'm ordering the right amounts of each ingredient. It even understands how long my production process takes. So if I was a cheesemaker and my product takes 3 months to mature before I can sell it, then that little production plan I created back then will take that into account and time my replenishment so my products are ready when I need them. Again, there are loads of useful tools in there that I won't go into now, but do get in touch if you'd like to know more. Unleashed is a genuinely fantastic tool for small and medium food and beverage businesses. Whether you need a wet tax workflow for your Australian wine business or a way to manage container return schemes, it's the software that will set you up for food and beverage success.